Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about IELTS reading, the overview and the tips. So the overview, there are three parts to IELTS reading, and there are three long passages, and they're academic and they're complex. And they're 40 questions, so there'd be like 13, and then 14 to make 40. It's 1 mark per question and there's no negative marking. So the bands that you need, if you want an IELTS 5, you need to get between 15 and 18 of the 40 correct. And then for band 5.5, you need 19 to 22, and so forth. So they're 800 to 900 words each. Now I've tested myself. If I read one of the texts in a normal reading speed but loud, so it's a bit slower than usual, it would take me around 12 minutes to read it. And then we'd have to read the questions and then find the answers. So you cannot read these. You have to actually just rely on some techniques. Now, passage 1 and passage 2 and passage 3 are allegedly, go up in level of difficulty. Although, to be honest, I've not found that. I found them all equally difficult. So what they're looking for is skimming. So can you quickly skim through looking for the main ideas and then scanning with names, numbers, dates, etc. So it's a good idea to have maybe different colored pens with you or something we can highlight something. And then it's also understanding details because you have some different question types. So saying what is the implied or explicit meaning. And with reading, it doesn't matter what you know. You've got to find the information in the text. And then also recognizing the writer's opinion, their attitude, and their viewpoints. So that's what they're actually testing you for. The different types you get, multiple choice. And again, like the listening, when they have multiple choice, they will usually speak about them in different ways. They will speak about each option, but in different ways. So you need to be able to read the questions with meaning and then look at the multiple choice option. Don't just look for the words. You have to read for meaning. Then my favorite, true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given. They're very, very difficult. And we'll discuss these again in different videos. You'll find we'll go through and practice some of these skills. So matching information and headings, sentence completion, summary note, table, flowchart completion, and they're different. A table completion, a flowchart completion, they're easy because they go in a sequence. And if you know that kind of thing, it's good. We're matching headings and matching information. Obviously, you're jumping around looking for information. So you need to know how to approach each different question type. Then diagram labeling and short answers. The important things are time management. You should spend no more than 20 minutes per passage. And unless you're very, very, very good, that's very difficult. Read the instructions. So if the answer says, write no more than 2 words, don't write more than 2 words. Write no more than 2 words or a number, then it's one or the other. And then use keywords. So find the keywords, underline them, highlight them, and locate similar words or synonyms in the passage. Understand how they do this. They would probably go to an academic library, find a text that they think is suitable, and then they would take that text and turn it into questions. So of course they go back to the paraphrase thing here where they're paraphrasing the words in the text in the questions. So the tips that we can give you really are practice like the listening. This one is one that you can practice a lot. Practice, read the instructions carefully, and also go back to the vocabulary and paraphrasing, because vocabulary is the key for this as well. And then when you are answering the answer sheet, you don't have 10 minutes with this, so you have to answer directly as you go. So write clearly, because if the machine can't read your writing, it's going to mark you wrong. And spelling does count, including capitals and plurals. So again, write the answers in capitals, write everything in capitals. And don't leave blank spaces in your answer sheet. If you don't know the answer and you're not sure, then just guess. And, use another little tip here. If you've answered an answer got A or B or C, and you've used A and B, and you're pretty sure they're right, the other answer is probably going to be a C. So they will usually use all the answers, but there's no such thing as definitely in IELTS. It's always different. So be prepared for anything. So next time we're going to talk about multiple choice questions. So we hope you'll join us for that, and good luck.